Welcome to another edition of the most consistent, prolific, and dedicated uploads in YouTube history. This is the dynamic Sean's View Entertainment right here on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe with a big backstage update as it concerns the feeling towards Vince McMahon and Triple H. What are the WWE superstars' thoughts? What are they saying? What is the predicament backstage? Well, coming out of the rumor mill, there is talk that while many WWE superstars respect the hell out of Vince McMahon, as do I, and his accomplishments, more and more superstars are starting to take to the way Triple H goes about business. While Vince McMahon is always hard at work, many feel McMahon needs to start taking a step back and allow Triple H to have a final say. Which we all know Vince McMahon, doesn't matter what they say, what they do, Vince McMahon will always have the final say, and whether he wants to change the direction of something is ultimately up to Vince McMahon. But there are a lot of people that feel that Vince McMahon is out of touch. Instead of McMahon always having the final say all the time. Some WWE superstars who wish to remain anonymous feel that McMahon has lost track of what WWE fans want. Well, if you remember one time, or actually Vince McMahon has went on record to say this a few times, that Vince McMahon knows what the fans want more than they know what they want. Vince McMahon knows, what the WWE fans are feeling and what they gravitate to. I don't know. Vince McMahon has done a lot of good. He's done a lot of great things. Vince McMahon, one of the all-time greats, an entrepreneur, a promoter, a wrestler, a commentator, an actor. He's done all these things. And when I mean actor, he's done a lot of acts in the WWE. He's done a lot of angles. He's done a lot of storylines. Vince McMahon has went out of his way to bust his ass in the ring. Vince McMahon did things he didn't need to do, but he did it for the love of the business. He did it because this is what it's all about. He did it because, well, he's Vince McMahon, and Vince McMahon will do what he wants when he wants. And there's an ego factor there. There's definitely an ego between Triple H and Vince McMahon that exists. And listen, I respect the hell out of Vince McMahon, just like the WWE superstars do. But there comes a time, and I'm not taking anything away from Vince McMahon's work ethic and what he brings to the table in his presentation and his never say die attitude. Vince McMahon is a man that is one of the all-time greats, okay? He is a future WWE Hall of Famer. He should have already been in the Hall of Fame for his trials and his contributions and everything that Vince McMahon has done to make the WWE a multi-million-dollar conglomerate. But at the end of the day, Vince is getting older, and he's not getting necessarily wiser with the decisions and the bad calls and the way the WWE is being directed. Listen, I understand the WWE's PG. I know where Vince McMahon wants to go. I know that it's more, geared towards kids. But I've been watching the WWE since I was a kid. And you know what? I've seen the WWE transform. I've seen the transitions. I've seen the changes. And right now, the WWE, well, for the last several years, it's been PG, has undergone a lot of changes. Now, I'm not going to come on here and say everything during the PG era was sucked and was bland and boring. There was some stuff that was worthwhile, some stuff that was worth watching. But over the last several weeks, Vince McMahon needs to get on the creative team's ass and tell them to get on the ball. There was rumors that Triple H told the creative team that it's time to get serious. The NFL's coming back to television on Monday nights. So, you know what? I mean, you can blame everything on Vince McMahon, how he's lost touch, he's getting older, he's not getting wiser, he's not like a fine wine, he's not getting better with age. But the bottom line is Vince McMahon is ballsy. But this Vince McMahon is not ballsy to the point where he's willing to gamble, where he's willing to put all the chips down, where he's willing to, just go all out like he did in the Attitude Era. And quite frankly, there's no reason to do that. But that doesn't mean to give us a mediocre product. Doesn't mean to give us a piss-poor product. Now, I know the creative has a lot to do with this, but how could Vince McMahon allow this to be presented on our screens? Does Vince McMahon actually think what we're getting is good television? If Vince McMahon thinks that the WWE product right now is good or even decent, Vince McMahon might have to go back and look and take a long, hard look in the mirror at himself and the way the WWE is being portrayed right now, because it's not good. Your comments, your opinions, and I do feel that as much as Vince McMahon wants to offer to the company and put his opinion out there and try to make the company better and make it prosper, and the WWE network, Vince McMahon has done a lot of gambling. But I think Vince McMahon needs to keep his money away and just go away. Just go away. Vince, there's nothing else for you to do. There's nothing else for you to accomplish. You're a man that people will remember. One of the all-time greats, Vince. One of the all-time greats. I would have loved to work for you back in the day, back in the Attitude Era, back in the 80s. I loved your time as a color commentator. I thought you were one of the best. A lot of people, didn't appreciate your work on behind the announce table. I did. I appreciate your work with Austin, The Rock, John Cena, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, The Screwjob. I was there for it all. I have seen Vince McMahon's greatest work. And now is not his greatest work. Just not. Unless Vince McMahon decides to wake up one day and realize it's time to change again. And I'm not talking about a TV 14 rating. I'm just talking about change. Radical change. Subscribe.